Okay, so the question here is the goose a Canadian? Goose.
There it is.
No, if that goose were a Canadian goose, that game would not have the rating it does. It would be much more violent.
Yeah. Can we bring back the moose? I like the moose.
That's the true Canada goose.
Yeah.
The moose.
Hey, buddy.
There he is.
See, I like the big moose. Good moose. Bye.
Bye, moose.
They're a lot bigger than that in real life.
No, get out of here. Go. Get. Whoever put the moose in the overlay is getting a promotion.
Johnny, double their pay.
Was that Corey?
It was Corey.
Corey did it, yeah.
Corey is promoted to
Can he have my job?
head Corey. No, he cannot have your job.
I did ask him to please change the moose. I don't know if you remember it from when it first came. It honked 5 times.
Oh, jeez.
It was maybe too many moose honks.
Too many moose honks.
We switched it to one moose honk.
That's good.
Yeah.
You only need one moose honk. Can we make the moose and the goose fight?
Don't just laugh, engineering.
Sorry?
Try to answer.
Maybe?
Yes.
All right.
The answer is always yes.
Yeah.
Will we? Maybe.
Yeah. Yes.
But we can.
And
That would be great. I would like to see a moose fight a goose.
Do you want Canadian Animal Farm? Because that's like a Canadian Animal Farm.
So if it was Canadian Untitled Goose Game, would it just be sorry, they'd take things and every honk would just be another apology?
No,
They're
'cause
not sorry.
Canadian geese are the actual worst.
Yeah.
We had when I was a kid, our school was really small. We didn't have a proper field in our early years, so we would often go to a local park for big recessy type games. And one park that we frequented had a really nice playground and also had a really nice field, but it was also really close to a body of water that had been taken over by Canadian geese or Canada geese. And even though we had this big, enormous, beautiful soccer field at our disposal, we couldn't actually use it because it had been taken over by the geese. And every time any children tried to approach said field with ideas of soccer, the geese were like, no, and furthermore, we hate you. And
Pretty much.
would chase off the innocent children who just wanted to play soccer.
There's a golf course in town, and for some reason, on the second tee box, it's just a short little par 3, but for some reason the geese like to hang out on that tee box. And I was there a few weeks ago by myself, and you're coming down the first fairway, and you can just see the tee box off to the right of the green there. And these 2 teenage kids, they were probably 16 or 17, they were out just playing by themselves. Finished up on the first hole, started walking towards the second tee box, and there was probably about 40 geese just hanging out on the tee box, and they kind of tried to shoo them away, and the geese kind of came at them, not attacked them, but made a fuss, and the teenagers were just noped out. They literally got their ball and they threw it towards the green, and then they just kept going.
No,
That was
good
great.
enough.
Yeah, they were just fine, that works.
My Canadian goose story, so you guys all know I used to work with troubled kids and used to take them on these adventures to teach them skill building. So we would take kids on canoe trips. So we were on a 5-day canoe trip into Walkerton, Ontario. People will know where that is. That has a river that runs through the town. And so it was a great place to stop on a 5-day canoe trip because you could camp and you could walk to go get groceries because you were actually in an urban setting rather than out in the woods somewhere. We get all set up. We got a girls' tent, a boys' tent, a staff tent. Some other staff's got his own tent. And all of a sudden there's this crazy screaming going on. And it's one of our male staff is in his tent, setting up a sleeping bag and stuff. And the Canadian geese that live on the body of water aren't real happy with the choice that he's picked. And the geese are in his tent attacking him. He's screaming like a girl.
In the tent?
Yeah, he's screaming like a girl. So I don't mean that insultingly. It was just really funny because it was where's that sound coming from? To realize it was one of my male staff who was down there. So this other guy and I pick up oars because we're out of canoes, right? We pick up these 2 oars and we go down and we're herding these geese. And this guy's gotten to the point where he's put his socks and his shoes on his own hands, and he's like defending himself. He's defending and he's squealing, "Help me, help me!" And I've like got all the kids up there. I'm like, "Go up the hill, kids, go up the hill." So I got all these kids up the hill, and it's like some weird scene out of a bad movie. And here's this guy Dan and I with these oars trying to just create enough space in the tent so the guy could get out.
Oh,
Right?
so he was trapped in there
He's
still.
trapped in his tent.
Ah, did he have like a knife and he was just clawing
No,
at
he
the
didn't.
walls?
He had his socks and shoes on his hands. He was trying to
It's actually pretty smart.
Yeah.
not get bit.
I do appreciate that he put the socks on first and then the shoes.
You know, it's one of those scenes you come upon, Liz, and you're like, I'm not going to ask questions. I'm just going to try to be helpful.
Right, exactly. You felt
Right?
safer with the socks and the shoes.
So, yeah, Canadian geese can have a little bit of an attitude.
They're still trapped in that tent to this day.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I know he moved that tent, Serge. The real answer to that question was, once we got him out, he completely moved that tent up to like by the like teeter-totter on the gravel.
So we could just catapult any approaching geese away.
Oh yeah, I know. He had strategy after that. I'm pretty sure he didn't sleep that night.
No, I just want to tell terrible camping stories, and I don't want to derail things too much. It's like, oh, I've got, except most of my stories involve bears.
Bears.
Bear, bear.
Bear, 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 bear. Except it's a lot more terrifying.